Is Alien Earth a worthy successor to one of the most iconic horror films ever made? Or is it another franchise misstep? We're gonna find out, but be warned, this video is a full-on spoiler zone. If you haven't seen episode 1, Neverland, go do that now. Seriously, I'll wait. All right, you're back. Good. We have a lot to talk about. The first thing you're going to notice about the show, and the thing that got me immediately, is the aesthetic. Hawley has perfectly captured the look and feel of Ridley Scott's 1979 masterpiece. The cinematography, the production design, the clunky analog futurism, it all feels so familiar, but with a new twist. The show was actually filmed in Thailand, and the production team went so far as to study the original Alien frame by frame to recreate that worn-down, lived-in feel for the USCSS Maginot, the ship that crash lands on Earth. It's a testament to the dedication of the creators that it feels like a genuine extension of that first film. But of course, a good Alien story isn't just about the atmosphere. It's about the creatures, and what we see in the first episode is truly fantastic. The editing here is key. The pace is quick during the action sequences, making the encounters intense and brutal. The creatures we're introduced to are incredibly well done. They're not the full-grown xenomorphs we know. Not yet, anyway. But they are a new creepy kind of menace that gives you those unsettling, squirmy kind of vibes. Now, before we get too deep, I want to acknowledge that fan reaction to the show's premiere has been a little divided. While critics are loving it, some viewers have found the aesthetic and editing to be a bit disjointed or even too clean for a franchise built on grit and grime. You either love this new style or you don't, but I personally believe that the creative risks that they're taking are paying off. The show isn't just a monster-in-a-box story, though. It's a game of big ideas. At its core, the Alien franchise has always been about humanity's predicament, a constant struggle against two opposing forces, our primordial parasitic past in the form of the xenomorphs, and our AI future in the form of the androids and synths we create. Alien Earth explicitly brings this to the forefront. We learn that humanity is now run by 5 megacorporations. We have the ever-present, familiar face of Weyland-Yutani, the corporation behind Nostromo, but the show also introduces 4 new corporate powers: Prodigy, Lynch, Dynamic, and Threshold. The race is on to achieve a new form of immortality through technology. The show's opening text spell out the 3 different paths to that goal. Cyborgs. These are cybernetically enhanced humans like Morrow. He's a human with mechanical parts, but he retains his human mind and emotions. Synths. These are artificially intelligent beings like Kirsch. They are fully artificial, with no human consciousness, and are designed to mimic human appearance and behavior. Hybrids. This is the most fascinating new concept. They are synthetic beings whose bodies are downloaded with a human consciousness. And that brings us to the performances, which so far I think are excellent. Sydney Chandler is doing a phenomenal job. Her character Wendy is the first of these new hybrids. The show's narrative is that she has the body of an adult, but a consciousness of an 11-year-old child. This is where Noah Hawley's Lost Boys concept comes in. He has stated in interviews that he wanted to explore how innocent minds forced into this new reality would navigate a world of corporate exploitation and violence. Chandler truly sells that dichotomy, portraying a character who is naive and scared, but also has the resilience to be a leader. She's the heart of the story, and I'm truly invested in her journey. I'm also incredibly interested in Babu Cisse's character, a cyborg security officer named Morrow, who survived the crash of the Maginot. Cisse's performance is great, bringing a quiet strength and wisdom to his character that instantly makes you want to know more about his backstory and how he ended up in this world. And then there's Timothy Olyphant's character, Kirsch. We all know Olyphant from his charismatic roles in things like Justified and Deadwood, but here, he is playing completely against type. As a synthetic, he has this mysterious, almost unsettling calm presence that I absolutely find fascinating. What's his true motive? Is he a friend or a foe? We get a glimpse of his purpose, a mentor and trainer for Wendy and the other hybrids, but there's so much more to uncover. The mystery surrounding him is an open loop that has me hooked for the rest of the season. The editing is what truly grabbed my attention. The way the show cuts between characters and storylines keeps the pace moving and builds anticipation. The pilot feels like a slow burn that builds to a strong, chilling climax. It's a resolution of sorts. We know what the threat is now, but it's also a cliffhanger that launches us into the bigger story. The USCSS Maginot has crashed, and now the alien life forms it contained are loose on Earth, setting the stage for a new kind of horror. So, is Alien Earth worth your time? If you're a diehard fan of the Alien franchise and lore, then yes, I think it's worth checking out. And if you like science fiction and just action and itself and aliens and all things explosions and CGI and practical effects, yes, check it out. From the look and feel to the stellar performances and captivating new ideas, I would say, with my honest opinion, it's the kind of show that respects the franchise's legacy while also bravely pushing it forward into new and terrifying territory. Before you go, please hit that subscribe button. It helps a ton and it makes sure that you don't miss out on my deep dive on episode 2. I'll be breaking down all the new developments and theories, and I want to hear what you think. Let's discuss. What are your theories on the origin of these new creatures? Is the crash of the Maginot really an accident, or was it a planned event to release the alien life forms on Prodigy's territory? And what about Kirsch? Could his true motive be to protect these hybrids from the very corporations that created them? For any information about anything we've talked about today, look in the description of the video, it's all there. I have my research and everything plotted out for you. I'm Wayne, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.